Hi everybody, how are you doing today? Alright, I've been planning this video for a couple of months, taking notes, remembering stuff about traveling on the road, and so here comes a video on the 9 most useful tips to overnight at a Walmart. Tip number 9, we're going to go in order least to most important, so you have to stick with this video. Number 9 is, like I always preach and other people do, arrive late in the evening or after dark, leave in the morning first thing. What that means is don't go there to Walmart until you're ready to sleep. The whole point of like any parking lot you sit in, it doesn't matter how long you're there, a grocery store, a liquor store, any place. It's overnight that matters. So don't stay at Walmart. If you get into town at 5 o'clock and there's a Home Depot nearby or whatever there happens to be nearby, a Best Buy, go there. Just hang out there. And then when it's time to actually go to bed, that's when you go to Walmart and you settle in. And then you leave first thing. You get up, the first thing you do when you get up, unless you need to use the restroom or something at Walmart, is you move to somewhere else. Move to that Best Buy, move to that such and such. Because even if they're not open yet, it's still okay. It's the overnights that are really the hard part. And number 8, which should be common sense, but people don't realize who's really watching, is be respectful. Be respectful of other vans or RVers. Noise-wise, be respectful of patrons going to Walmart to go shopping. They have just as much reason to be there as you do, so just be kind and respectful. Be respectful of the employees maybe coming into work, and just treat it like a privilege to be at that Walmart, as opposed to, I should be allowed to be here, because you really can't, because not every Walmart in the country allows it. Number 7, stay to the edges of the parking lot. You want to find a Walmart that is its own entity. So it's not a Walmart that's right next to a Kohl's. You want to find that Walmart that's its own entity with its own parking lot that it owns itself, so that you're not worrying about what the leasing agent may think about you parking there. It needs to be Walmart, and you need to just find the edges. Get to the edge of the parking lot, around any edge, and just to be, again, respectful and not take up the main space. Number 6, if you need to get to Walmart earlier than it's time for bed, don't park in the same spot for the whole time. So when I would do it with my van, I would go and just park in the middle where normal, not right up front, but just kind of in the middle area, and I would park there if I got there at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, you know, in real daylight, and that's where I'd be. And then it was time for bed, then I would find a spot on the edge, so that at least it looked different, so I'm not parked on the edge the whole afternoon, the whole overnight, so that like a manager or somebody's not like saying, oh, that guy's been sitting there all day. So I mean, that's kind of a good idea in general. Just come to sleep in that spot, but you can be in another part on the other, like Walmart parking lots, some of them are huge, so go to the other side of the Walmart parking lot, you know. Number 5, if you're not sure about the Walmart, ask the manager on duty. It's always the safest thing to do. All they can do is say no, and you can find someplace else to park. And there are lots of videos out there telling you the best places to park other than Walmart. And I will be doing another update video on that too soon. So stick to ask. I mean, if you see an RV, if you see vans parked around, and if it looks obvious, then that's fine. Or once you get experience, then it doesn't matter as much. So ask the manager if you're not sure. Number 4, allstays.com. A-L-L, stays, S-T-A-Y-S.com. Allstays.com will give you a rundown of all the Walmarts in basically the entire country, and reviews from other RV people or van people and their experiences. And that is a huge resource that I use a lot. If I'm going into an area, I'll go Austin, Texas, or San Antonio, and I'll go there and I'll find the store and see what other people write about, and then leave a review of your own if you want to, just so they know it was good, it was bad. And that's a good guideline. Sometimes it says, oh, we were kicked out, we couldn't stay, but that was like a year or 2 years ago, and so it's like, I'll check it out anyway, and if it looks good, I'll go with it. But allstays.com is a great place to go. Number 3, and I bet you've never heard this one before, but it will ruin your night's sleep. Do not park next to a dumpster. If you're traveling through, you don't know when they come to the dump truck, or when the trash man comes to collect the dumpsters up. But if you park next to them, to those dumpsters, it is gonna ruin your 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They are so freaking loud. And I can't tell you how many places it was like, oh, it's right on the edge, and I wasn't thinking about the dumpster. Park there, and then at 4 in the morning, all these noises, and you're like, and you have to just sit there and wait for 2 or 3 minutes. Why they dump? And sometimes there's 2 or 3 dumpsters kind of in a row, and so the noise is just like, oh my gosh. So stay away from the dumpsters just purely for the noise of it. Number 2 is, in a lot of Walmarts, street sweepers will come through, and or people with leaf blowers to clean off their parking lots. This is just something, a heads up for you. It can happen, and it will happen. And if you stay in a place more than a while, when we were in Florida once, we stayed at one Walmart for 2 months every single night. We got there late, we left early, we were very respectful, we bought everything from them, even our diesel fuel was from them. But like once a week, the street sweepers came through, and you just had to expect you're going to hear somebody right by your van or RV with the hand blower, and then a street sweeper that, like, with the bristles sucking up the dirt, and they're super loud. And so that's going to happen in certain places. And so just be expecting that you may get woken up by that stuff, and that's just one of the things you get when you stay at a Walmart, depending on the day you're there. And the number one thing to pay attention to at a Walmart, besides asking the manager and seeing that other RVs are there and you're being respectful and staying to the edges and all that stuff I already said, is if there's a security guard. There's a lot of places that they do have security guards. If there's a security guard driving around, like a private security with the blinking yellow lights, and you're going to spend the night, always stop that person and just introduce yourself. The manager's not a big deal. The manager of Walmart doesn't necessarily care. Unless you're causing problems, 99% of the time you can park at any Walmart. But if the manager has a security force, a security detail that says no overnight parking or this or that, some places like in Florida, they allow vans but no RVs, or they allow small RVs but not big RVs. And so that happened in Florida. We were right outside of Walt Disney World, right outside of Orlando, and so we saw a security guard. I walked up and I knocked on his window. I waved him down and said, "Hey, we're spending the night. We're visiting. Is it okay if we stay here? We're a van." He goes, "You're not an RV pulling a trailer. You're not this such size. I'm like, "No." I'm like, "We're that van right over there." And he's like, "Oh, you're fine. And I will let the night crew know that you're going to be here tonight. Not a problem. We don't like X, Y, and Z." So that's really kind of important. And then other times, like in Colorado Springs, I saw the security guard, didn't say anything to him. I'm like, it's a Walmart. And then the first night, no problem. Spent the night, no issues. The second night, about 8:30, luckily not in the middle of the night, 8:30, knock on the door, it's a security guard. He's like, hey, you can't stay here 2 nights in a row. We only allow 1 night stay for a van or an RV. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Can I stay tonight? We're leaving, we're heading down to Texas tonight. It was when we headed to Texas. We're heading to Texas tomorrow morning. First thing, is it okay? He's like, all right, cool, just don't be here tomorrow, no problem. Had I talked to him the day before and said, hey, look, we're gonna be here for 2 nights and we're heading to Texas, we would have never got the knock. And so whenever you see a private security company patrolling Walmart, ask permission from them because they're the ones that are there the whole time. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day, and if you're out there traveling, see the country, even if you get a knock on the door. We got, like, traveling for almost 2 years around the country, we got like, I don't know, 7 or 8 knocks by police officers and a couple by security people at Walmart. Nothing happened to us. We just had to move. So don't let the fear of, oh crap, what happens if I'm parking here or on the street here? Just go do it. All that's gonna happen is the cop's gonna knock on your door and you're gonna open your window and you're gonna say, they're gonna be, you can't park here, it's illegal. And you go, oh, I'm sorry, I'll leave. And you go and find someplace else to sleep for the rest of the night. That's all that's ever happened to me. And so if that's the worst that can happen, then it's not that big a deal. Just go do it. What the worst that can happen is you have to talk to a police officer who may or not be nice, and you're just gonna leave. And in general, Walmarts are awesome. Just come in early and leave late. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye.